What's up, you guys? Welcome to the February 16th edition of NBA 3-Ball, presented by Establish the Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher, getting ready to break down some news, lots of basketball on a Monday, and talking some fantasy ads in 10 minutes. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please. Let's get to the news. I did do a solo pod, so just hit that if you want some more detail, but I just want to fly through some of the big stories of the day. Obviously, Anthony Davis is out at least 2 to 3 weeks, likely till the All-Star break, with a calf strain. Off that Achilles injury we saw, we kind of expected this, right? I mean, there was no doubt he's going to miss time. So, yeah, they're going to shut him down possibly for beyond All-Star. It could be a while. I mean, there's no reason for them to play him at this point. So they have depth. They have Kyle Kuzma. They have Taylor Horton-Tucker, Wes Matthews, Markieff Morris. All these guys that they barely play can play now. So, they're going to lock them the center minutes with more Gasol, Harrell. We've seen some Markieff Morris minutes at the 5 as well. But like I said yesterday, Kyle Kuzma and Taylor Horton-Tucker are the guys I'm going to look at here. Blake Griffin's days look to be done, at least for now, with Detroit. They got a huge amount of money left on this contract. So we'll see. It'll have to be some sort of buyout situation. But obviously, Saddiq Bey won Eastern Conference Player of the Week. And I said it on the pod today. I think that's why. Like, they just want to play Saddiq Bey a ton and get Blake out of the picture. So besides him, Josh Jackson, Steve McCullough will benefit a little bit. Obviously, Jeremy Grant will be the main man. DeLon Wright also possibly in some trade rumors now, so something to think about down the line. The Nuggets are kind of gutted right now, as we've seen. No Paul Millsap mentioned that. Mentioned Monte Morris's big wrap on his right shoulder we saw at halftime. He's questionable. Will Barton's still out for personal injury. They still don't have Gary Harris. PJ Dozier's still out. So they are just all of a sudden going to have to roll Franco Campazzo. And Zeke Naji is really the guy that has caught the team's attention. After the game, Mike Malone said he's a smart player, kind of continues to understand the NBA, and he'll be one of the most versatile defenders. So I think he's kind of sneaky if you're streaming or looking for a DFS punt. They want to play him here, so keep an eye on him. And obviously, if Morris is out, they're going to just have to go crazy with RJ Hampton and all these other, like I said, Facu Campazzo will be the first guy to step up. But Monte's pretty tough. Nice to see Jamal Murray's kind of looking a little bit better too. Let's get to the basketball, and let's start with a team that's really, really banged up. It's the Houston Rockets as they dropped this one in John Wall's return to D.C. And yeah, no Oladipo, no Eric Gordon, no P.J. Tucker, and Steven Silas said he was hopeful that those guys would be able to play Wednesday, but he said it didn't sound like it today. Said that, P.J. Tucker wanted to play through it, but he's, quote, pretty banged up. Tough conversation to have to sit him, so, that probably means they're sitting him out for maybe multiple games. Rockets are 11-16. Silas mentioned that they could bring up Kevin Porter Jr. or KJ Martin. Kevin Porter Jr. has been kind of balling in the G League, 32-9-7 in his last G League game, among the league leaders in scoring. Not surprised, he's an NBA caliber player with the off-court stuff, but yeah, I mean, David Nwaba, 41 freaking minutes, just huge volume. Jae'Sean Tate continues to just get a ton of playing time. He's going to play so much with all these guys out because he's so versatile and really all the front court positions here. And DeMarcus Cousins, man, didn't look great. 20 minutes, really no excuses here in this matchup. So, I mean, it was one of those kind of wake-up call days for Cousins to play this poorly and only get 20 minutes. Moving to the Wizards, not really much to say besides triple-double for Russell Westbrook. First game in back-to-back, still got 33 minutes. Big sign for him. Bradley Beal did Bradley Beal things as usual. And Mo Wagner, second straight start, looked pretty good. Got talked up by Bradley Beal after the game, and Scott Brooks likes his kind of, backbone of the defense factor. So, yeah, I wouldn't quite totally be sold here because this is such a mess. And Bertans will see some center minutes at times, but I guess now Wagner is ahead. It's going to be annoying the whole season. Pacers drop one at home in OT to the Bulls. We saw TJ McConnell start for Doug McDermott, who had an MRI, but it came back clean, so he's basically day-to-day. Didn't really warm up despite the late tag, so I doubt he was ever really on track to play. And yeah, nobody else really filled in. It was pretty much just all McConnell filling in for a true starter minutes role. Didn't see that Aaron Holiday kind of three-guard lineup as much as we did against the Hawks. Really, all the starters put up pretty good lines here. Sabonis had a really big stat line, 25, 10, and 5 with some blocks. Miles Turner, 6 blocks as usual. And Brogdon, 15 boards. The Bulls get some big-time plays from really a lot of people in this game. Thaddeus Young was awesome. After the game, Zach LaVine said that he's the MVP. Wendell Carter Jr. was probably the headline here, returning early, took a PRP shot to get back early. He beat his timetable by a week, so great to see that. Certainly make sure he's not on any waiver wires. Luke Cornett, the backup, that was kind of new, but yeah, Thaddeus Young certainly has to keep playing. He's been really good. Kobe White kind of got it going offensively with his 19, 7, and 8, and Zach LaVine's kind of just on another level right now, and they really like Garrett Temple as an on-ball defender as well. Patrick Williams also tweaked his knee, but did return, looked okay. The Hawks drop one at the Mecca. A lot of offensive issues and especially defensive issues here as Lloyd Pierce went with an airtight rotation again. Basically 8 guys. Skylar Mays basically sliding into the Rajon Rondo role with a little bit of overlap with Trae Young. Cam Reddish getting big playing time, 36 minutes, picked up a couple blocks. It's nice to see for guys struggling with injuries. Clint Capella, this was a Clint Capella game against a bigger lineup, so we know that's going to be the case. Gallo didn't quite get the full-on revenge game here, but Trae Young continues to go to the line, and Kevin Huerter struggled with the shot today. Knicks dropped 123 in the win at the Garden, led by Julius Randle, season-high 44, one off his career high. Career-high 7 threes, just total domination on offense. And he's been great at really spacing out defenses that like to go big. And he's deserving an all-star break here pretty much. So, yeah. Other than that, Nerlens Noel grinded his way to his blocks and steals. That's what he's going to do. Taj Gibson and Obi Toppin kind of filling in behind those two big starters. While Emmanuel Quickley and Derrick Rose, again, they really have shown some pretty good chemistry. And again, +8 in their minutes together mostly. And that's nice to see. Maybe Quickley could hold some value here. No Joel Embiid, late scratch after Doc Rivers said he wasn't even aware he was kind of hurt. So that was a really big surprise, followed by Mike Scott being another big surprise in the starting lineup as they pretty much bumped out Tony Bradley with Dwight Howard as the backup 5. Saw a little bit of small ball mixed in as well. Obviously, Scott's small ball. But Ben Simmons, great game for him. Career high 42. Really got in the paint, got to the line, made 12 of 13 free throws. Very uncharacteristic of him. Tobias, as expected, went off here. Danny Green quiet, as expected. Utah puts up 134. What's left to say? Won 19 of their last 20 games. Jordan Clarkson, first player to score 40 points off the bench in under 30 minutes since 1991. I mean, come on, man. Jordan Clarkson time. Jordan Clarkson. Nothing really. I mean, Utah has one of the most solidified rotations as Joe Ingles, Clarkson, and all these guys pick up playing time while Mike Conley's out. So, yeah, just every night they're great plays, and most nights they've been hitting value. The Kings get into a shootout with the Nets, which is something you don't usually want to do. But headline here is, my God, Hassan Whiteside just totally took over in the fourth quarter with 26, 16, and 5 blocks. Total smash. We played him in DFS when we found out that Rashawn Holmes, who had a knee injury, did not play. Had Jonas Valanciunas fall on him. So it sounds like it was minor, possibly back-to-back affected. But hopefully he's out there. Marvin Bagley, pretty decent in the first unit. Spacing the floor, real active out there, looked pretty good. Buddy Hield had a pretty strong start with 21 points from him. As they went smaller with Kojo to start and guard Harden. No KD, no problem, as Durant misses at least the first of 2, probably more, with his mild hamstring strain. Kyrie season high 40, 9 threes. Harden, no slouch himself, 29, 13, and 14. Just totally took over late in this game. This game kind of got close at the end. So they put Kyrie back in after it was garbage time to get him to the 40 spot. Other than that, not much going on here. DeAndre Jordan, pretty good volume off the Nets bench as the Nets use their with 19th different starting lineup with the Harris, Green, Bruce Brown to go with the big 2 guys. Other than that, you really won't see much else in here. It's just going to be hard in Kyrie show to eat up all the offense right now. Moving to the Cavs, talked about Drummond on the solo pod. It's Jaron Allen, who didn't play in garbage time. Saw 29 minutes. Probably would have been closer to in the low 30s with JaVale McGee backing him up. Lamar Stevens, Dean Wade also handling some forward minutes to help fill out front court minutes. Interesting that Colin Sexton and Jared Allen got into it at halftime, but certainly probably won't be an issue here as Sexton played a ton, so did Garland in garbage time. Nothing really to say on the Warriors. Not much to say on the Heat either. Jimmy Butler looks really, really aggressive right now. Tyler Hero getting 41 minutes. Nice to see him healthy. As they went really small here, Kendrick Nunn had some foul trouble. That explains the playing time there. Certainly don't panic on Nunn. Despite a basically empty clip in the first unit, the Clippers get the win. No Kawhi, back-to-back games. Sits them both. Paul George still doesn't have a firm target date yet. Nick Batum had a migraine as well, so we saw Marcus Morris start. We saw a little bit of more Terrence Mann. Amir Coffey got hot from 3 in this game, so keep an eye on all those dudes. Not really going to go too nuts because it sounds like Kawhi's kind of minor, and then Batum's migraines. That should only be 1 game. Let's get to the ads, and I'll say I'll take Sadiq Bey over pretty much all these guys, and also I'd add Hassan Whiteside if he's available. Got dropped in a lot of leagues, still has a high ownership. But yeah, Jetty Osman, certainly a guy that looks like he could benefit. Tariq Prince certainly banged up, helped him, but I think Jetty Osman definitely deserves more playing time. After that, kind of a mess here. I think David Nwaba, just with all these dudes out, you got to consider him. Certainly would prefer Jay Sean Tate over him. But Nwaba playing 41 minutes, playing great in that time, certainly deserves your attention. Garrett Temple, again, continues to be the ball pressure defensive guy as earning playing time. Mo Wagner is the flavor of the week if you want to add a Wizards guy. Don't blame me if you don't want to. Bruce Brown, just short term until KD gets back, maybe some hustle stats. JaVale McGee if you want some cheap blocks. Terrence Mann looks like the guy you want if you want to bet against Kawhi missing time, which I don't think you're going to. And that's it. You guys take care.